Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about that part 2 of the 90 Day Fiancé Tell-All, Season 8, Episode 21. Whoo boy, was it the tell-all or was it the Angela and Michael show? Because you know what? Listen, they have had a whole lot of, I don't know, like just extraness and that cloud following them everywhere they go. It went from the season to the tell-all. And you know what? Here's the thing that I recognize. I don't know if y'all recognize it, but I did. Angela cannot hide the fact that she's giving classic DV behavior where you isolate your person so that they don't, get to talk or share their feelings of what they're going through with other people, because then they can maybe get an ally and then a way out. Now, we already know, and if you don't know, it's a spoiler, that Michael has already had a way out. He's already out and about doing whatever on Instagram, everything else. But to watch it play out is a whole different thing. I don't know what Angela thought that we would possibly see, or maybe be on like Team Angela. There's no Team Angela or Michael, but for this instance, be like Team Angela or be Team Michael in this instance. But no. Fail. Epic fail. And on top of that, in my opinion, the producers who have followed their story for as long as it's been on TLC, off and on for all the seasons. No, not even cool. Because I know we just discussed it last week, but truly, if the shoe was on the other foot, if this was Michael, take away the fact that Michael is, African or has brown skin, black, brown skin, whatever. Take away the ethnic background of it, just a man in general. But if this was a man doing all this, the way that Angela talks down, belittles, emasculates, thrown things at him, all this, this would have been stopped a long time ago. I mean, proof is in the pudding with Nicole and Mahmoud. They was on for maybe 4 episodes. Then whatever happened behind the scenes before this season even began, they're not even invited to the tell-all, regardless if Mahmoud is back in Egypt or not. And Nicole is thriving in California. I saw she has a business she's promoting for fashion on Instagram, but it's just a point of this is ridiculous. And I'm just really surprised they're letting it just play out the way it does. And then for Angela to think that, the majority of us, and I'm going to speak for the majority of us, is going to be okay with this nonsense, to think like, the louder you talk and the more you have your fingers in his face. Imagine what happens in her home with her grandchildren. She's got 6 grandchildren, 5 are girls, young ladies, 1's a male, young man, and 3, half the grandchildren are interracial. So, just kind of makes you seem like, does the same thing happen at Mima's house too? I'm convinced that it does, honestly. So maybe something else needs to go on behind the scenes, because this isn't it. So thank you everyone for joining the tell-all part 2. There's actually 5. So we have 3 more to go. I really appreciate everybody for joining. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. I do the 90-day franchise over here. The other way, 90 Day Fiancé, the tell-alls, everything on this channel, Married at First Sight, and other hot topics and other shows coming up along the way. So please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on anything. And of course, share the video and tell some friends too. We'd love to have you as a family if you haven't joined already. And everyone hit that like button. And of course, leave me your comments so I know what you thought about this tell-all and what's been going on. And again, thank you everybody for your time. I know you could be doing other things, but I appreciate you. So, all right, let me see who's in the comments, and then I'm going to drop the link, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, hello, Sharon. Hello there. Hello, welcome. Hello, Mo, Phil Foster Dogma. Yes, what a show. Exactly. Hello, Cynthia. How are you? Let's see. Would you say Angela is horrible? That woman is crazy. She definitely is. I just can't even imagine why TLC would even think, not just TLC, but the show happens to be on TLC. I don't even know why they would even think that this is even appropriate to watch. TLC stands for the Learning Channel. What are we learning? What are we learning? That this is, anyways. All right, so let me go ahead and drop the link. So here we go. I'm going to drop it right now. And the link is going to be in the comment section under Millennial Mom. So if you're new to this channel or just new to how the link works, you want to come up on the panel to talk to me and other people live, you can do so. What happens is you click that link that says StreamYard. It will take you to a link that says you have to have your voice, of course, but you have your choice to mute your camera for online. But if you do choose to mute your camera, just let me see a quick look, because I can see if you come backstage. Let me see your face backstage so I know you're a real person and not trolling or whatever. And then you can turn your camera off if you're camera shy. I don't want anyone to know who you are. So that's how that link works. But again, thank you everyone for joining. So here we go. So let's go ahead and get started now completely. So we left off last week in part 1 with Gino and Jasmine. I mean, raise your hand, put some hands or something in the chat, thumbs up or something, if you are tired of Gino and Jasmine. Okay. I'm tired of Gino and Jasmine with the same old. Okay. So we left off with them. They're not being intimate. Jasmine making ultimatums. Gino is trying to, act like he wears the pants in the family. He doesn't. It's truly Jasmine. We've seen this play out for several seasons with them too. Jasmine also, in my opinion, emasculates Gino, but not to the level that Angela does Michael. I mean, it's still wrong, but anyways, we left off with that. And Jasmine and Gino always has, what's the word I'm looking for? Things we don't need to know. TMI, too much information. Okay, we don't need to know about their sex life. We don't know what they're doing in and out the bedroom, what she does, what he don't do, what he likes, what he don't like. Y'all were never, in my opinion, meant to be anyway. Okay, this was truly, and Jasmine knows this, a sugar baby situation here. That's what this was. She knows it. Gino knows it. So I don't understand the issue, the conflict, or whatever's going on. Can TLC please not also not renew their contracts? I'm done. Okay. Anyways, I see you backstage. I'm going to bring you up first, Mo. So here we go. Hello. Welcome. How are you today?
Hey, it's finally cool around here, so I'm fine.
Okay. And we have someone new. Ramona, are you ready? Let me see. Okay, there you are. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Good. So, what do you think about Gino and Jasmine? Time to pull that contract? Get them out of here?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Pull that contract. So after that, all the cast members go back to the house. And so everyone is mingling. Angela walks in as if the mansion is hers, right? And so Jason and Liz make sure they let everyone in the house know they're together and going strong. Now, I think Liz needs to take a little bit more time to herself. I think she's moving way too fast. I mean, she said, her and Ed said it was 6 months last week. So now she's been in a relationship with Jason for 4 months and they're already moving in together. So I think that's a little bit too fast. I know, maybe for some people it's not, but for me, it is. And so now that Gino thinks it's necessary to tell the cast members that, him and Jasmine decided they were going to go on date nights. I'm like, I'm so tired of them flip-flopping back and forth. Does anyone care? Anyone care about Gino? No one cares. And why is Thais wanting to see them kiss? Kiss for what?
Yeah, so
Uh,
like, Kyle, what grown people dare other grown people to do something like that, and they follow through with it? Who does that? You're
Gino,
adult. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gino and Jasmine, right? So, but anyways, so now everyone is mingling. And so Michael is talking to other cast members, especially he's talking to Loren. And all the cast members are happy to see him because Michael is finally in the States, right? So
they feel sorry for him.
they
Everyone
do.
does. They have empathy for him.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
being treated very poorly,
Yes, he has. He
and he's
definitely,
showing a lot of racism that is not acceptable.
right. I agree. And
Where,
guess what?
where, where he's in the South, you must know,
Yeah.
and that's very terrible. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see why they keep filming that week after week. It's getting sickening. No one wants to look at something like that. This is 2024. We're not supposed to be subjected to that.
I agree completely. Now,
I,
if I saw Michael in the house, I would want to talk to him too. I would, you know what?
I would too.
I would actually pull him to the side though. You know what I'm
I'd
saying?
hug him. I'd feel sorry for him. I would give him all the sympathy. He's in a strange country. What can he do? He's
Right.
being mistreated.
But
Yes.
every time somebody goes to talk to him, here comes Angela like a fly buzzing around, like, get away from
Because
him.
she doesn't
Yeah.
want it, she doesn't want him to say something that could be true, and then to people to see how she really is.
Right.
Yeah.
It
I
shows all over her face, and I think she's much older than what they're portraying her to be. She's nowhere in the 50s. She left the 50s so long ago, it's ridiculous.
if that's true, then if Angela is 57, then Angela is technically 5 years older than me.
Right. And now look at you and look at that's ridiculous. My daughter is 60, and I'm telling you, she looks like my daughter's mother. That's
Right.
ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes because we can see.
Exactly. Jasmine is older than she is too. Jasmine is not 37. So
Right. She's not 37, no way.
right. So when Michael is talking to Lauren at the pool table, I don't understand why Lauren was like, just go talk to Angela, go do a cheers with her and tell her how much you love her. I'm like, why would she think to do that?
That's acceptable. And there's something wrong that I can't put my finger on with Lauren too, because she has her own issues that she
Right.
should be dealing with. That surgery, wanting more, and
Yes.
it's just a lot of going on with the people that Angela flock with. You know how they say birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
She's flocking with the wrong birds. Angela's definitely the wrong bird.
Right. Well, that go over to Angela and make her feel good, give her a hug and a kiss, sure did
Oh,
blow up in her face because what
Yeah,
did Angela do?
Angela can't feel good. It's not that kind of a situation where you could hug her and everything goes away. This is deep rooted. That lady has mental problems.
Yes.
And
Yes.
have
out.
you noticed when she drinks, when she drinks, she gets super aggressive.
Yeah.
Watch that. Whenever she's around alcohol, she gets super aggressive. Her face turns evil. She turns super aggressive.
Mm-hmm. What was you
So
gonna
I,
say?
And Lauren and her issues, I don't think she's an Angela supporter necessarily. She's delusional. I think she's living in a world where everybody, two-parent household, picket fence, and all that. She's living in that kind of world. And she thinks just by having a conversation with a person like Angela that everything will be fine. No.
right. And it
Yeah.
won't. But you hear her kept saying, "Oh, just hold her hand, hold her hand." Hold her hand might work for some people, but it's not going to work for Angela.
Is
No.
is Angela is so far past that like I said, it's just the mood changed when they walked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you notice that body language. Body language means everything.
Right,
Angela's body language is very evil.
right,
Even
right,
the guys tried to talk to her. You notice when that one guy told her he was outside, you need a coat, it's cold,
Oh,
how she just blew up at him. He was only trying to be a gentleman.
right. Well,
right.
I believe Lauren was trying to help as well, but that wasn't the time to do it because Angela, whether she was already, drinking or not, it's just how they walked into the house. You know what I'm saying? The energy just wasn't there.
It
So,
wasn't there. You could feel the energy. Watch the body language.
right,
Angela has terrible body language. I would be actually afraid of her to interact with her in a house or any type situation because I think she's evil. There's something evil in her. Somebody has really cut her deep and
Like people,
she's
yeah,
just terrible.
she's
they were
definitely
afraid
a wild
like
card. Go ahead,
And
Mo.
she jumped on that guy when he said white woman. Oh, that just ate her up. Well,
yeah,
that's
but
an African way of explaining to us.
right,
When we talk about an African, we'll say, oh, he's an African, which
Right,
means he's different from us. It doesn't mean bad difference or nothing. It's just different. And
right.
that's
right.
how they talk.
We'll
But
get to
that
that.
Right.
Angela jumped on that.
Yeah,
That's why everybody was afraid when she told Michael to go away. I mean, how
yeah,
do you tell a person to go away from a conversation? And there's a nice way to say that, but that's Angela, and she's rude and crude and has no manners. She told
Amen.
right.
her,
I
"Go.
agree.
I'm talking to Ed. Give me a minute." And then
Right,
everybody that Michael tried to talk to, they were turning their back because they don't want any smoke from Angela about talking to him.
right.
They
But
Hold
he
were
on.
afraid.
Give me
But
just a
just
second.
like I said, you're afraid to interact with people when you know that something's wrong with them. You don't know what their next move is going to be. Did you see those people grabbing all that stuff off of that pool table? They grabbed the sticks, the balls,
never
everything because they didn't know what she was going to use
contest.
as a weapon.
Right. Hey, Devontae, I was trying to get your attention. Sorry.
Oh, how y'all doing? I'm sorry.
So, anyways, we were talking about Michael and Angela in the room, and then Lauren making that suggestion for Michael to go talk to Angela to calm her down, give her a kiss and everything. That's what we're talking about right now. Then we're going to move
I
into
don't,
Ed.
I don't know why she was telling him to send her. What he gonna do? She already going off. I was just like, baby, Michael, I ain't got time. Michael, whoa.
Yeah.
She just, I don't. That's abuse. That is abuse overseas, man. I don't know what. I don't know. She
It's
might be a nut.
sad. He
That
is
she
abused.
talked to him
That's
like
right.
she did him a favor. Like he should
Yeah.
be thanking, walking, worshiping the ground.
She definitely feels she did him.
I brought you to this trailer park and I'll take you out. What?
Said, "My house, get out of my house. This is my house. Get out of my house." I'm like, "Oh, when did you move? You live down in the south."
Right. All right, let's
Oh,
move to Ed and Ed, Jason, and Liz. So Ed, Jason, and Liz to me, well, mainly Ed and Jason, they're having like kind of like a contest of I had her first, but she's mine now. I had her first. I know how she is, but she's my girl now. Don't say nothing about my girl. They're having like a machismo contest, like who's the better man here. And in my opinion, like I said, if you've been following this channel, that when you've broken up with somebody 15, 16 times, Ed and Liz, there is no, this is my girl, because there was no respect here. So now Liz has moved on, and so I don't think Ed likes that. But I think Jason, even though coming to her defense was right, I think he was taking just a little bit too far. Like he didn't have to
I
prove.
think so too. I
Mm-hmm,
agree with you 100%.
mm-hmm. What do you think?
Calling Ed out of his name. I mean, he just went too far too soon. It's too soon for
Yeah,
anything that he said. It really was too soon for him to be in the house. I don't even know why they brought him in like that. It's just too soon.
mm-hmm.
to make Ed upset. That's all, to get under Ed's skin, to get more from Ed.
Yeah,
Because we
yeah.
just
Yeah.
want over, and he interrupted a whole dinner conversation to call his sister. We weren't even talking about that. Why are you calling your sister?
Yeah, that was stupid of him. Well, he do stupid things like that. He wanted to prove a point, but he didn't. He just proved the point. They weren't even on that subject.
Hey,
Right. What do you think, Devontae?
I just like they said, I think he doing too much too soon. First of all, you might want to pump your brakes, bruh. Now she was just seeing him for the first time and start crying. They crying and hugging,
Right, right.
accidentally calling him baby. She not over him. So if he really actually really try, he could get her back, and then she
Oh,
gonna be
they'll be
like,
back together,
"I'm
and the
sorry,
next thing you watch.
I have to go back to my family. It's all I know."
Yeah, he'll be
no,
back with Ed.
You all hear about the fight,
15
Ed?
times breaking up. It's just a habit.
I
Right.
just think he doing too much. I think he should like. I get defending your woman, but dude, like that's your girl now. Why are you even arguing about? He not trying to get your girl back, apparently. So what's
Right.
the problem? Why you got so much animosity like he beat her up or something? They broke up. It's not that serious, man.
Well, let me
yeah.
say, for me, like I said, you know how I feel about Ashley. I've never been a fan of Ashley, but Ashley is definitely the mother hen of the house. You know, to me, she thinks she's like doing everyone a favor, like trying to get people to talk. But Ashley is really two-faced, in my opinion, being messy and nosy. But when the guys talk to Michael, once Angela goes off on him, you know, where did Rob come from? Rob has really become like this person until we see their scenes next week now. But for now, Rob has become this person where he's become this stand-up guy. He's really trying to talk to Michael for real. Kobe is too, a little bit, like, you know, we got to stick together as African men, but Rob is really trying to get Michael to see, like, if
Kobe can't help nobody. Cause
He better watch
man,
himself.
please, you
His
can't say nothing.
situation is just a little bit dire itself, so he
Right.
better
You
watch out.
already on
His
eggshells.
wife is
Valerie don't like your
very
wife.
aggressive. She is
Hey,
very aggressive. I saw her act. She's right
Mm-hmm.
next to Angela, tell you the truth.
No,
So
she do
Kobe
it
she's
with
better
a
be
around the corner,
careful.
she around the corner. She she
yeah,
she
She
she do it
talks
in a nice
bad
she
to
nice.
her parents. She don't
Yeah,
she's
she
even
very
respect
nice
her
mean.
parents. She's
she's nice.
very aggressive.
She's nasty, like nice, nasty, nasty.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
like that.
She's nasty.
She's nasty, like you said it.
Yeah,
He
nice.
better watch himself. But Kobe's strong. He's from a different breed. He ain't gonna put up with that, like he said. He said he's cooled out. He's chilled. He's gonna stay that way. And
I,
her parents know it too. He's not gonna take. He would never take what that guy is taking off of Angela. Oh no, he would
Oh no,
never take
I
that.
don't think anybody would.
And
But
yeah, he's not that kind of a man. He wouldn't take that.
right. But I'm here for Rob though. I'm here for Rob showing us that, he's, a better guy than I thought he was,
Well, he
living.
got a little more goots for that I thought he had, but I want to see him kick that girl to the curb because we all know that she's going with the girl that she keeps running over to her house. The girl done told you, I'll marry her. I'm in love with her. So, he better move on. He
Yeah,
knows it's time to move on. He better move on.
he does. So let me
Yeah.
go back to that dinner scene. I'm gonna start with you, Mo. So when they get to that dinner scene, they're talking about, all the stuff that's going on with Angela and Michael. So
yeah.
I didn't realize that Ed's sister's name was Liz too. 'Cause I'm like, who are you talking to? So when he's like, oh, I want to prove my point, pretend I'm not, trying to say I'm not lying. Let me call my sister, talk about taco pasta. I was just like everybody else. I'm like, why?
Yeah, what just happened here? What alternate universe did we fall into? Because nobody was talking about this, and you get her on the phone to say, "Isn't she aggressive? Isn't she?" And she couldn't. She's like, no more than the way she's acting now, which is not aggressive. She couldn't even stand up for it because she's not that aggressive. When she gets mad and then she'll start crying. So
That's true.
no,
What you think,
yeah.
Devontae, about that dinner, the taco pasta? You tired of hearing about it? When he
Yeah, I feel like he brought that. He definitely brought that. Like, you holding a grudge, man. Like, we
told her,
argued about that a couple hours ago. We eating dinner. You all of a sudden, yeah, can we start? Forget the toast. Yeah. I got Amy on the line. Now tell her about the taco pasta. I was
Pasta.
trying to figure out what taco pasta was. So I'm like,
Was he
taco pasta?
talking about me too? I said, "Was he bringing up tacos at a time like this for?"
And but
something.
then I don't know. It just felt like, first of all, your sister was no help. She was like,
Yeah,
No.
"How did
white
she sound?
people
Wasn't she?"
when people turn on their mother and they turn on their parents, they just about turn on anybody. Ed turned on his own little mama. I loved his little mama. So Ed, I don't know about Ed. Ed and Liz, they might belong together because both of them got problems.
Well, here's the thing though. After that dinner didn't work out the way you thought it was. So my
Mm.
theory is that maybe Ed's sister finally texted him back around dinner time. So that gave him like, I'm gonna call you now kind of thing. Because why else would you talk about it? It's long gone, right?
Right. It's over. It's done with. It's redundant.
Right. But after that, though, the next scene, which to me was also TMI or too much information, why did Jasmine and Thais go up to Liz and ask about their sex life? I'm like, we didn't need to hear about this. But Liz
Uh-uh.
threw him under the bus.
Producer, producer said, talk about something interesting. That was not interesting. Nobody cares.
And it's
Nobody cares.
private. And why would you want to tell something like that anyway?
But here's the thing.
Especially
Here's the
how
thing.
he looked. Like, we don't want to imagine that.
We
We
know
don't.
we got that stuck in our head. Ed laying there. That's terrible. We don't need that image.
That's true. But it's not like we think about it anyways. Because what could, anyways, all right. So
See, you got that image in your head. You get it out of here.
it's in there. So then
Yeah.
after all that, Ed, I mean not Ed, Liz and Jason are like, playing lovey-dovey. They're playing up to Ed really. And to me, they don't have to be like, oh, we're gonna go make babies and all this and that. You're together. There's no need to put anything else in his face. What you do is what you do in your relationship, right? So I thought that was also just slightly unnecessary. But then we roll into another scene where Angela now is pouring her own drinks, and now she's back to being Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Talking
All
to
in his face and get out of my house. She got that practice, get out of her house. That wasn't her house. I
right?
bet if you can imagine if she did that in someone else's home, how she do in her own home, that guy, he was good to get away from there quickly. There's
And
Yeah.
something very wrong with her.
he can't mingle with nobody. He can't say
Yep.
hello. He always have to be on your side. What you think, Mo?
She has to be right there because it sounds like that's her property. That almost in her head, she wants to say,
Yes, that's
that's
the
my
right word you use, property.
Mm,
husband, my
That's what she treats him like, property.
mm.
property. Mhm.
That's terrible. That it's a good word, but we know where that word stems from. But
Right, property. Think about it.
mm, 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 mm. So now Michael is trying to get away, right? He's like, I'm tired of this nonsense. He just want to go upstairs, probably relax, or maybe who knows, get in the shower. But he could barely get upstairs. And who else thought that she was gonna try to push him down the stairs? Because I
I
thought so.
I
yeah,
thought, yeah, I was expecting her to hit him any minute.
yeah,
I thought she was going to hit him. Those other people thought she was going to hit him too. That's why they grabbed that pool stick and they
run.
grabbed them balls off the table. They thought she was going to use them as weapons. I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very aggressive. She's
I would
very
have I would
aggressive.
have definitely stood up for him. I'm like, oh, hold on. Now you tripping. Why you walking all up on him? First of
Uh,
all, you keep talking to
right.
him. You are
She's too
talking to him out
aggressive.
the side of your
I'm
neck,
afraid
ma'am.
of her.
You are not God. That's ridiculous. He ain't did nothing to you that bad. He cheated on you a couple years ago. You said you forgave him. Now get over it.
Verbally. He cheated on her verbally. That's the word. He talked to someone. He didn't do any actions. He talked. And she
Right.
got to bring that up for 2 years later. That's ridiculous.
But
And you see why. He can't talk to you.
but when he went up those stairs and was in his face, talking about you're not a man. I was like, he's not a man. What he better not do, and all this and that. I was like, oh my goodness. And the people downstairs was like, Michael, move, whatever. Don't do it,
No,
Angela.
Ashley.
Don't they
No,
did you hear them girls say, run, Michael, run? That's like Forrest Gump. Run, Michael, run.
no, when Ashley was the only one when everybody ran, she was like, I'm watching.
Popcorn.
I
I
just
was like, Michael, you can spend the night in our room. You know what? Matter of fact, I don't know. We'll get you a
We'll
hotel. You
stay
got to
up
get
all
away from
night.
her.
We'll
I
get
feel
you a
bad for you,
hotel
man.
room. That was so sad. That was so everybody had a
Jesus.
cushy bed and cushy
Like,
room.
you really
down
want to
on the
get to, you
little
really
couch.
want to be an American citizen. You really, really do.
Badly.
Because you are earning it. Because
For
this,
7 years he been going through this.
that's too long. What was you saying, Mo? I heard you in there a little bit. What was you saying?
He was scary just running up the stairs, calling him out of his name as she ran up the stairs. I would have ran in one of those rooms and locked the door.
she would have called the police.
She'd have
Michael, I'm
called
going to call the
police
police to get the
then.
law and get you locked up. Because this is my house. I was like, your house?
Yeah,
Angela, you
get
can't
out of
afford
my
the toilet
house.
in here. You
Yeah.
can't afford the toilet if it broke down in here. This ain't your house.
And I don't want to get to the nitty gritty, but did you see her house? The
Yes,
Oh,
first day he went in there, oh my God. I wouldn't even invited nobody in a mess like that. It
Yeah, I
was
wouldn't show nobody in
terrible.
my house. I'll be like, all close angle shots, please.
but
Yeah,
when you
it was
two live
terrible.
a certain way, then you don't realize what it looks like to other people who don't. So
Yeah,
she,
but you know when you gonna get company, the first thing you
you
say
clean
is,
up.
let me spruce up the place a little bit. Somebody coming over. She didn't even take that initiative.
I mean, it wasn't like disgusting. It just was messy.
That's
You
how
feel
it
me?
was.
Yeah, it
All
was
Just
over.
like
messy. It
her.
could, yeah.
It was just a reenactment of her. It was just messy.
And
Cats and
when you get
clothes all over the floor. It was messy.
when you got to sleep next to a pile of clothes, that is wild.
That's bad.
I can
That's
but
bad.
understand falling asleep with your laundry, but
no,
Jesus.
but the issue is she's got her daughter and those grandkids who are old enough to pick up. They're not toddlers to pick up
They
their stuff.
teenagers. They could have cleaned that room. She could have told them, to spruce up the room or pick up the clothes or something.
Mhm. So after all that, the cast, we see them get ready to go back to the set. So it looks like they take their clothes off. Hopefully they dry clean those clothes after because they got to put them back on, right, to continue the tell off. But while they're getting ready, why is Ed and Loren getting into it? Because they both did interviews. Loren said, I loathe you because of how you treat women. And of course, Ed's got to show, he's not, just because he's short, that don't mean nothing, right? He got to show that he's still a man.
You got a short man's complex.
Definitely. He's like, well, that's why you're a bottom feeder. Well, rumor has it that the other cast members, most of them, think that Loren feels that she's better than the rest of them based on her relationship.
But how does that make her a bottom feeder?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Ed says it's his clap back. You can't tell somebody how to clap back. That's what his point was. And Loren was like, well, I still don't like you. He's like, well, say it to my face.
They looked
She
at
got
like
that.
two older kids arguing. That didn't make no
Yeah,
sense. It was just
that's
like,
a
how old are
grade
y'all?
school stuff.
You're 50, 60 something years old. You're too old to be
Calling somebody a bottom
like, you
feeder
don't
and
like me, you're a bottom feeder. Like, what? Who cares if she don't like you? Y'all don't live in the same state. You ain't with her. You only got to record these 2 days and you gone. You ain't never got to see her ever
yeah,
again.
so it don't matter what she is,
Right.
it's childish.
Very,
Maybe
very.
he's short, so he think he got a short man's complex, but he's very childish.
His t-shirt was too tight. I know that. He needed
It's always too tight. It's not the t-shirt, it's him too big, not the t-shirt. Ed is just a mess. I was surprised when Ed walked in there. I mean, I think they should have just let him and Liz stay away.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully their contracts aren't renewed. But I did see something today And I know Tamika's not here, so Tamika, if you're watching the replay, I saw something that he might be on the single life. I'm like, I am not
I'm not
watching.
gonna watch it. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna watch
Watching it.
it ruin another person's life. I'm not gonna look at it. The single life, I don't want to see it.
Right.
Hey, if he could keep getting all these women, just know you can always find somebody. If he could do it, you can
Anybody
do it.
can.
Everybody can do it, right? There's hope for everybody.
There's
So
hope.
now that the couples have got dressed and everything, everyone's on the set waiting for Sean except Michael and Angela. So when we see Michael and Angela, after everyone's on the set, they come in after the fact. So apparently, now I wonder, because we didn't see this, was the argument they were in from whatever happened the night before? Because I mean, she wanted Michael to sleep on the couch, so that's what he did. So why is she still upset? For what? So now they're arguing backstage.
Because he's supposedly talking about her behind her back. She's very paranoid. She thinks everyone's talking about her behind her back.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to show up at where she does. He's not supposed to talk to anybody. He's not supposed to talk to her unless she talks
Because he's
first.
talking behind her back.
That's because ain't none of them castmates said so. I would say something like, ma'am, you need to calm down. You
But
need
They
to calm
did. A couple
all
of
the
them
way down.
told her to calm down. Kobe
Right.
told her a couple of times, just
Yeah.
calm down, calm down.
Yeah, you yelling all night. We ain't trying to hear that. We gotta go to sleep. I got a pregnant wife. You up here yelling Michael all night. I don't care about y'all. Go take that outside down the driveway.
Take it
You
on
want to
back
yell at
down
him? Go
south.
on.
That's
I'm
what
calling the
she should've
producer.
done.
Y'all got to get them a hotel. She ain't here tripping. She
The
walking up
difference-
on the man. We scared like she gonna push him off the cliff like King Kong. We don't know.
Right. The difference is that Michael is in person this time. He's not on the Skype, the TV. That's the difference. So to me, Angela is trying to control the narrative so that if Michael gets a chance to mix and mingle with the other castmates, to tell
know
his
the truth.
story in person instead of, to the TV screen and then, cutting him off. Now he could do that so he could debunk her lies. So for them to come in, well, really her to come in, are still upset, probably from the night before, is like, I'm gonna get you now because we're gonna be on, and I got a surprise for you. You can't even come in at peace, not one time. But she did say, I'm my daddy child. So I may argue till the death, but at night I'll cry on my pillow. I said, sound like your daddy was a mess, just like you. Okay. That is not a compliment.
Right. Put the bottle down, Angela. You are hearing voices. Ain't nobody talking about. The man came up and said, Angel. And you say, y'all talking about me. I ain't saying nothing about you.
Right.
He was playing pool. I just was saying, how y'all doing? And you over there, he talking about me, ain't he? Look at him. Look at him.
You're right. Devontae, she is paranoid. I didn't think about it.
Steve and Manuel were talking in Spanish. What, does Michael know Spanish now?
No. You're right. All right. So on set, we're talking to Emily and Kobe. And so I'm disappointed with Sean and Emily's parents. Her Emily's mom's name is Lisa, but I called her Karen because the way she was acting in Cameroon, her name to me is officially Karen. Sean dropped the ball because I wanted Sean to ask her what she thought about the Cameroonian wedding, the traditions, and why she had her face all turned up like that the whole entire time, acting like she didn't want to be there and seemed like she was questioning everything. See, they didn't ask her that. And I think maybe she asked not to be asked that because that's what I wanted to know. Because I didn't like her attitude in Cameroon. Because guess what, ma'am? Your daughter married a Cameroonian man, and you have 3 half Cameroon grandchildren with culture, and this is what it is. But Kobe seems that, he's very appreciative of her parents by accepting him and, for everything. So that's good that Kobe feels accepted and not on the outside because, Kobe lives in rural America still. So things aren't any better for him. You know what I'm saying? So he's got some things to get through. But I just thought when Kobe got emotional, I was very surprised that he did about that. So, I mean, I guess.
I feel like he really do feel appreciative.
Yeah, I think he was sincere. I mean, you don't get because he didn't have to go through all the stuff when he came to America. Like he said, he lived a year free. He never went to bed hungry. He was
Yeah,
appreciative.
yeah.
He was
That's
very appreciative, and it showed. He's a
that's
very, like he said, he's very laid back. I think he was sincere. I don't know about the father. I think the father is very sincere. Now the mother, I'm kind of iffy on her. I
this is
think
both
she
for me
kind
with
of
mom.
goes along with the get along, but
Oh yeah.
she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't happy with a lot of the Cameroon ways. I don't know, but Kobe, he's sincere.
Yeah. So I don't understand why they pressed Kobe again about the girlfriend. Kobe said it in Cameroon. He said, we didn't officially broke up, so things didn't work out with Emily, or maybe if he didn't get back to the
I
States.
don't know why they brought that up. That was a non-factor to
Yeah,
me.
so not,
He was
three.
in another country.
Right,
And we send money to people in different countries that's underprivileged than us.
right.
It's a helping hand. It's
Yeah,
not we ain't in love with them. We ain't having no affair with them. We know they're in need.
right.
And that's probably why he sent that money to the girl because he knows she needs that money.
That's culturally what you do for some countries.
Right, that's
When
a
they talked to
culture
Valerie,
thing. It's
right?
not
When they
a
talked to Valerie, he sat there just the way I just knew he was sat there. He was just so smug. He meant what he said. He don't like Emily. He's never liked Emily because she's, in his words, white, right? He didn't want him to be married no white woman. He wants to stick
but
with a.
he wasn't saying it like they tried to explain to him. He wasn't saying it as a color thing. He wasn't saying it. He was saying it as a cultural thing, which he should have said, which would have been proper. She wasn't raised up the way we were. Kobe said the same thing. He said she's disrespectful to her parents. He says in Cameroon, we're not disrespectful to our parents.
Right, right.
So I
What you think?
think that's what Valerie was trying to say. And she
Mm,
was aggressive. She's calmed down a lot. I've noticed she's calmed down a lot. She used to be far more aggressive than she is now.
She's
She's,
good.
spoiled.
yeah,
That's she's
yeah,
spoiled.
she's spoiled. Her mother and father just gave her
Mother.
too much. She didn't want to move. I tell you that. Who would want to move?
Right.
She was okay in that basement having all them babies. She was just fine.
Uh, uh, yeah, because she
Yeah.
didn't have to pay one bill. And when Kobe said he had to pay his first bill, I don't know what first bill if he was living over in China. He must have had bills before then.
He
But when I
did.
got that house payment, that really put him off because it wasn't
Yeah.
anything.
Because, he didn't come over here until that little boy was born and walking and everything. He never
Right.
even got to see his own child. And he cried when he saw that boy for the first time. I think he's got a real tender heart. He has a lot of compassion in him.
I think so too. But that's for anybody. When you step out on your own, you have your very first bill. That's a different wake up call right there, right? You're like, whew.
It hits you right in the gut when they ask you to pay the rent. You're like, what rent?
Then you be like, here come the
Grocery
what's up?
bill, light bill, cable. I think Kobe is waking up now. He's saying, boy, your parents was good to us.
Right.
All right, we need the Netflix password because we got to save some money.
Right. So, they debated about naming that baby
Mm.
after the best friend, Valerie. So they did at the time they didn't know they were having a boy. So they did end up not naming him Valerie, but they named him Tim, which is Valerie's family name. So
Oh, okay.
I guess, he
See,
got
that's
his
their
way.
culture too. That's in
Hmm.
their culture too. She didn't
Hmm.
want to hear that. All she was concentrating on was Valerie don't like me. So
Well,
she,
I have to say the same thing though. I on this part I don't blame Emily. If
Yeah.
something came out and told you from very beginning, regardless culture or not, that they don't like
Right.
you.
I don't like you. I wouldn't want to name my child after him. I tell you that. And he came right out and said it, and I think that was wrong. I
Yeah,
think that was
I
wrong.
mean, but
He
they
could have
know.
kept
be
that
honest.
to himself. You know,
But he was
nobody
being
had to
honest,
know.
though. He was being honest. He was being honest to his
And
friend.
then he was messy because he told her about that other girl. He didn't even have to go that far.
That's true.
Valerie is kind of messy. He could keep his little mess over there because he is messy. He really is.
That's true. What are you saying, Devontae?
I just feel like, I mean, that's the African. They got the pride about themselves that they pride themselves on. They ain't used to Africans married. They used to Africans marry Africans, not white women. So of course they
Right.
shocked you come back with this white woman with her white daddy, white mama, half
Culture
kids,
and she's
everybody black.
aggressive.
Right, everybody dark skin around here. Then here go these two people sticking out like a sore thumb.
Sore
Everybody in the
thumb. There
village gonna
you
be like, "Who
go.
is that?
Yeah.
Who is what? They moved here? What? There goes the neighborhood."
Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Knock it off.
There
Anyway,
goes the neighborhood.
goes the neighborhood. Anyway, so now it's time for Angela and Michael. So Sean asked Michael, how was it in the States? He mentioned he came at Christmas. It was cold. He's not used to that. And that his favorite food is chicken nuggets. And I said to myself, I wonder how many times he's had chicken nuggets. Are these from the Arches McDonald's chicken nuggets, or are these from the freezer? Which chicken nuggets are these? But when Angela was asked the same question, why does she have to? She always wants to embarrass Michael. She talked about certain type of dreams. I'm like, what? Why is this necessary?
When he spit that barbecue out, he spit that barbecue out on the floor. Well, most of the barbecue joints have sawdust on the floor. He spit it on the floor. But when she spit on him. That
Oh,
made me cringe.
trash.
And he
I
ain't even spit. He didn't. You know how you
Yeah,
got that little crumb.
nasty spit.
You
Yeah,
think that little. You
hawked
know you
up.
got that little crumb on your mouth. He said,
Yeah.
just to
She
get it off
why'd
your
she do
face.
that?
He didn't.
Because she knows
And
she
like,
on
this is
camera. She
disgusting. He
knows
didn't
she
do that.
being filmed. Why would she do that?
just to make him look even worse. But
That's
you
what
know
I
what?
think.
For someone, we're talking about Angela. For someone who's like, this is my husband, and then one day is my husband, the next day he's this and that, and next day my husband, I love him, this and that, back and forth. Why would you, if they were still together, because we know they're not, but why would you want to make your spouse
Look bad.
like that? And you too, that's part of you. But we can tell that she doesn't care. Well, anyways, rolling past that, Michael also talked about what he thought about the house and what he didn't like, the pet peeves. Michael said there was 4 cats in there. And I said, so all that laundry, all that stuff everywhere, all that piled up, and there's 4 cats in there. I was like, oh my goodness. I said, just imagine the smell. Imagine.
Yeah, the smell of ammonia and kitty litter.
I mean, you
Oh,
can have cats and dogs and still be clean, but Angela's house didn't present clean, so that's why we're saying it for this house, right?
yeah.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. I said, Lord, them cats was probably in the laundry and probably scared Michael. Anyway, so Angela gets emotional talking about how Michael's a good grandfather to the grandkids. I was like, okay, if you think so. Then she goes on to say that I forgot to mention earlier that Angela said that he called her granddaughters stupid, like women are stupid or whatever. But then she also said that the grandkids wanted him to be a good role model, and she has one grandson that also wants a male role model. And I'm thinking to myself, if you talk to Michael like this, you have to talk to your grandkids like this.
Yeah.
You can't convince me you don't.
You can't turn that on and turn it off.
Yeah, I don't think so. And it doesn't help to me. I mean, let me say this a different way. half of them happen to be biracial. So I wonder if Angela talks to them in a different tone as well. Because she's given that energy the way she talks to Michael, like she has a certain disrespect level because XYZ. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to put anything into it, but I agree. You can't turn that off and on. What do you guys think? Go ahead, Mo. We'll start with you.
I think she doesn't think of him as a person unless it's convenient for her convenience. Then he's a person. Then he's useful for something.
Okay.
Remember, property.
He's useful for washing. He's useful for something. Now,
You
if
see
he
her
has,
in there teaching him how to wash clothes.
I mean, she
I'm
doesn't. She's
sure he
oh,
didn't dirty all those clothes.
yeah. She was telling him how to pump gas. He had a car. She tore
Yeah.
it up. He knows how to pump gas. She doesn't think of him as a person.
Property.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so that's why and that's how that fight started. Now I remember, because
Yeah.
he said something about women are stupid. Who knows? I want to say it was Michael and his culture and his language. He was stumbling over what he was trying to say.
I think so
Trying
too.
to say that he's stupid, and he
So
came out different.
what do we think about Skylar when she came to the set? I'll start with you, Devontae. What do you think about Skylar when she came to the set? She talked about Michael's not as sweet as he was to Mama. He isolates her. What do you think about Skylar
Like,
being in
are
on
you
this?
serious, Skylar? Are you serious? Have you
Yeah,
not
she
seen
said
your
that.
mama?
Right.
Michael
Who
can't
could
breathe
be
wrong
sweet
without you
to
cheating
mama?
on me. That's why you're breathing hard. Like, what is wrong with her? Crazy. Like, your mama is irrational. It's
Right.
crazy. You want to
Right.
feed
Yeah,
this man chicken nuggets and act like she did doing him a favor. Like, do she love him or is she trying to feed an African for a day? What is you trying to do?
Feed an African for a day. You
pretty.
got it right.
The
Because
African.
you treat him like he was on a like you adopted him and he should be happy that he living the American dream or something. I thought you loved him. Like,
Right.
this your husband. This is not a project.
She said
Something
that.
ain't right in that household, like I say, with all those kids and all those kids belong to Skylar, and I'm trying
No,
to sort
no,
them out.
no.
Wow,
Three belong to her, and three belong to her sister, who is incarcerated.
I thought
Oh,
she was there.
now
They
I get the
because
picture.
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be there. I think
Right.
the sister. She's not supposed to be in there because of whatever her history. She's
Yeah.
not even supposed. But
Yeah.
all those there, they can't clean up and they can't throw something in the washing machine. Yeah, don't break up my washing machine, but you can throw your clothes in the washing machine. You can sort your clothes.
Right. And Skylar said that Michael's making her mother miserable. I said, "Oh, he's making your mama miserable."
Right. I think your mama miss. I don't think your mama miserable. I think your mama crazy. Your mama need to be on. Your mama need to take her medicine. She need to
Yeah,
go to the doctor because she mad at Michael for nothing. Like,
Right.
okay, like if you can't forgive him, Angela, let him go.
Right.
What'd you bring him over here for?
Hold on, Devontae. Thank you, Ramona. You dropped off, but thank you for joining. We're going to wrap up in a minute. Yeah. So I think Angela thinks she's got everything in her back pocket because the private investigator is coming next week. But Michael knows what he did, and she does too. What was that? The paradise? What was it, Mo? The paradise? What was it?
paradise pals or paradise men. Yeah,
Something like that. And he's the administrator of the group.
yeah,
Does she need to know?
yeah.
That's all I want to know. Anyways, that was the end of the tell-all part 2. Next week, we're going to see the private investigator with Angela and Michael. It's going to be Sophie and Rob's turn. Looks like Sophie trying to talk back to Rob, talking about either you're crazy or delusional. But I'm leaning to delusional. I said, who, Rob? Is delusional?
Girlfriend is
Damn.
got wings. That's why she's talking crazy because she
Like
knows her
where?
friend is wings.
Hi,
Like
Georgia.
where's your little fluffy pal? Little
She's
childish little girl.
Back at the mansion.
Where your unicorn at? Acting a fool.
So then her friend Kay is going to come onto the stage, and the question is going to be asked, are you attracted to Sophie? But we already know she is because she said she was.
All right.
So that's nothing new for us, right?
And they ain't gonna tell either. They're gonna be like, we're just friends. Of course not. I would never. I know she's still over. Yeah.
But
Or
Sophie makes
Sophie gonna act shocked like, I never knew that.
right. But Sophie makes a reference about, her wanting, being bisexual and wanting to be with other women, but she was saying it to Rob as if, he's supposed to go around the subject or something. We'll have to see how it plays out next week. I'm like, that's not for Rob to know. That's for you.
All right. It seems like it already happened because ever since you done met this girl, I can't keep you at home.
Nope.
Mic drop. Okay, that was it. Good night. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
That's true though. And then it looks like Ed is also going to get into it with other cast members this time. How are they all in that hot tub? I'm like, that hot tub better be
that water was on the ground. I was like, yeah, I said, y'all can't breathe without water falling down.
But Ed is upset because I'm guessing, because this is how it's playing out to me, that he said, none of you, he said MFers. I said, he got his nerve. That right there is in a conversation for me. Because you don't have to call us out of our names because we didn't back you up at the tell-all or at talking about the taco pasta. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, was you going to say something, Mo?
That's why sitting in each other's nasty stuff. I wouldn't have even been there. I would have stood on the edge and poured a cup of water on his head and been done.
Right. Talk about you didn't back me up. It's time. Your segment's over. Go home. We're tired of seeing you, Ed. Right. And then also Patrick, Thais, and John will be on next week. Hopefully they bring on Carlos, Thais' dad, and Jose, Patrick's dad. But John is doing what John does best. He was like, you know what? Your friends talked about me being the bad guy. They could go down. So John is not going to hold his tongue at all. I like John.
Yeah, I like John. Yeah.
He keeps it real. What Tamika call him? The emotional support brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll say whatever that Patrick won't. Yeah.
Right. So we'll see. Hopefully Angela Michael's segment is over next week because I'm really tired of their taking over the house, bringing the bad energy and just everything about that. And I also want to see soon what's her name? Ashley and Manuel. Hopefully they bring out something juicy for Manuel. I want something juicy from Ecuador on the line. His mom, his kids, somebody. We need somebody to help out that storyline. So
that'd be great. The mama comes on stage. That'd be great.
Manuel needs some backup. So, anyways, any final thoughts? Anybody? Or are we good? We just tired of
crazy
Angela.
episode. It was real good. Yeah, tired of Angela. I like everybody. Ashley was funny. I like Ashley. She was funny. She was definitely the comic relief of all the crazy stuff going on. But she can fix everybody's problem. But you could be a therapist to everybody but yourself, huh?
Everybody
just can't fix it.
Fix it, Jesus.
Get you some cleansing rocks. Well, I'm surprised she ain't bring none of that out. Like, let's clear our chakras, guys. Let's clear our chakras, Angela.
Well, I think they're there. Give her some time.
Angela need that spirit bath or whatever that bath you gave Manuel. You need to give her that.
For real. What about you, Mo? Any final thoughts?
No, I'm just happy to hopefully that is at the end of Michael and Angela. Period. I heard they were fired. I don't know. I keep hoping.
Yeah, I heard they were fired too. So I think that's real this time. So, all right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate your time. And I will see you next week, everyone. Take care. Good night.
Good night.